The economy beginning to rebound. Home buyers are out looking around. They're seeing what's available. But buying or selling a home these days, a lot more complicated, it seems. Anno D'Angelo talked to realtors today about what's available, how to negotiate in this tricky market. What'd you find out, Ann?
Well, Alan, as you probably know, banks own a lot of property these days, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a lot of inventory out there, a lot of homes for people to buy. Take this home, for example. The bank has owned it for months, and the sign still says, "Coming soon." But today we talked to a father and son who are both realtors, and we asked them about this market, and we also asked them about the explosion of short sales.
The biggest problem is our inventories have shrank so much in the last year.
But realtor Ryan Taylor is adding this Concord home to the market today, and by today's standards, this one sticks out.
This would be a regular sale or a traditional seller, so it's somebody that actually has equity in their house still. Not too many of those in today's age, it seems like.
What seems to be booming are short sales, when the bank agrees to let the homeowner sell the home for less than they owe.
A huge percentage of our market right now, I'd say in a lot of the areas, it's about 70% of the houses for sale are short sales.
Which sounds great because buyers might get a good deal, but you have to be patient, waiting 3 months to close the deal if you're lucky. Some take 9 months, some take years.
So you could be 6 months into it with one buyer, lose the buyer, and then start all over again. And that's how these things can end up going over a year or even 2 years.
And the process seems like an old-fashioned game of telephone, although really, that would be more efficient. Jim Taylor is Ryan's dad and also a realtor. He says a lot of times realtors don't even know who's handling the transaction at the bank.
You might be dealing with one person one week and somebody else the next. And a lot of times they just don't. There's no continuity on their part to really understand what's going on. Sometimes it's because they're overwhelmed. Sometimes I think it's because they just don't know any better.
You've had a lot of frustrating experiences with these short sales. What's going on?
I think it's partly disorganized and partly greedy. They want to negotiate right up to the last minute.
While the Taylors have seen the market slow down recently, California does have a tax credit program trying to lure more people to buy. It's $10,000 over 3 years, but the money's already running out. So if you want to buy a home, you have to plan on that you're going to do it yourself.
What I was told is if you get that credit, you're lucky.
So back to those short sales, the Taylors, and really just about every single realtor I spoke with today, are not big fans of how the banks are handling these short sales and these transactions. They are so unresponsive. However, Alan, if people are looking to do a short sale and the bank handling the deal says Wachovia, apparently they're really good at speeding through these transactions, and you're dealing with a good bank for these kinds of deals.
Well, I'm just thinking about the person who does have equity in their house. Unless they have to sell, they wouldn't have much wiggle room. I don't think it'd be a good market for them, would it?
Well, they're still saying it is a buyer's market. And so, you know, the sellers, if you can hold on to your home, if you're in that position, then maybe you want to. I'm not really giving real estate advice, though. Okay, Alan?
Yeah. Judging from my last transaction, neither am I. All right. Ann, thanks.